This is what I wish I knew before 30. If I could go back, this is what I'd say to my 30-year-old self. Don't worry. You're going to be okay. Yeah, it's scary out there, but you got this. People can be awful and life can be hard, but you have a lot more strength in you than you think you do. You've been through a lot in your 30 years, but you've made it this far, and you've been through some really dark times and you've come out of it. So you can get through anything that comes your way. Just try not to be so hard on yourself. You're doing the best you can. And I know you want to be somebody that can save the world, and that's great. But don't forget to take care of yourself while you are out there trying to do all that. Because if you don't have your health, then what do you have? I know you're worried about the clock ticking. You're getting older and you haven't met the right person yet. But don't worry, the right person for you will be worth the wait. And even if you never find that person, remember, you are worthy of love just as you are. You are enough. I wish someone had told me that sooner because I spent many years searching for something outside of myself when what I really needed was inside of me all along. I was born and raised in a small town, and by the time I was 25, I felt like I'd experienced almost everything that small town had to offer. The jobs, the boys, the drama. It was all starting to feel a little too familiar, so I decided it was time for an adventure. I picked up and moved to a big city an hour away, and that's where I met him, my Prince Charming, or so I thought. It was love at first sight, or so they say. We started dating and things were amazing for a while. We had fun, we laughed, we traveled. It was perfect. Then his ex-girlfriend came into the picture. She showed up in our city looking for a fresh start and he took her in without a second thought, without even asking me. I couldn't believe it. I felt like I'd lost my best friend and my lover all in one day, and I didn't understand why he would choose her over me. Now, it's important to note here that I am a sucker for happy endings. Like, if the book or movie doesn't have a happy ending, I'm not interested. So it should come as no surprise that my all-time favorite story is Cinderella. I mean, who doesn't love a good Cinderella story? I've always believed that I was destined for mine, so when I met my Prince Charming, I thought I'd finally found my happily ever after. But maybe I was wrong. Maybe my happily ever after is not with him, but with me. After he left me for his ex, I decided to move back home. I packed up my things, called a few friends, and headed back to the place where I felt I had nothing to offer. In hindsight, I wish I had known then what I know now. I wish I had realized that I didn't need anyone else to complete me. I was whole on my own. In the year that followed, I did a lot of soul-searching and self-reflecting. I went to therapy. I read books. I meditated. I tried everything I could to understand myself better. I learned that I was a high-functioning people-pleaser. I put everyone else's needs above my own, and I felt like I was living a life that was true to who I wanted to be. I'd become a master at hiding my true feelings. I was so good at it that I even fooled myself into thinking I was happy. But deep down, I knew I wasn't living for me. I was living for everyone else. It was during this time that I discovered the Enneagram, and once I learned about it, I was hooked. If you're not familiar with the Enneagram, it's basically a way of categorizing people based on their personality traits and motivations. Each type has its strengths and weaknesses, and I learned that I was a type 2, the helper. Once I understood that I was a helper, it all made sense to me. Why I felt the need to put everyone else's needs above my own. Why I struggled to ask for help when I needed it. Why I was always so quick to forgive others, even when they didn't deserve it. But the most important thing I learned from the Enneagram is that every type is inherently flawed. We all have things we need to work on, and that's okay. That's what makes us human. It's what makes us relatable. It's also what makes us unique. Every one of us is a beautiful, complex tapestry of strengths and weaknesses, light and shadow. I used to think that I needed to be perfect, that I needed to have it all together, that I needed to be someone who didn't make mistakes, who didn't need help, who didn't have any flaws. But the truth is, that's not what makes us attractive. That's not what makes us interesting. It's our flaws, our imperfections that make us human. It's our imperfections that make us beautiful. For example, I have a tendency to worry about everything, and I used to think that was a bad thing. I used to think it made me weak, but now I see it as a strength. I see it as something that makes me who I am, and that's not to say that I've stopped worrying. I still worry. It's just that I've learned to accept it as part of who I am. I've learned to see it as a strength, not a weakness. One of the biggest things I wish I'd known before I turned 30 is that it is okay to not have everything figured out. I spent so much of my 20 seconds trying to figure everything out, trying to plan my life perfectly. But the truth is, we can't plan our lives perfectly. There are too many variables. Too many things are out of our control. And that's okay. That's life. We're not meant to have everything figured out. We're meant to learn and grow and evolve. And that can only happen if we're willing to be open to new experiences, new ideas, new ways of thinking. I spent so much of my 20 seconds being afraid of failure, afraid of making the wrong choices. But the truth is, failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Every successful person out there has failed more times than they can remember. It's what separates the successful people from the non-successful people. It's their willingness to fail, their willingness to risk it all in pursuit of their dreams. If I could go back and tell my 20-year-old self anything, it would be this: be bold, be fearless, be unapologetically you, because life is too short to be anything but happy. Life is too short to be anything but ourselves. I know it can be scary to be vulnerable, to let people in, to let them see our flaws, our imperfections. But that's where the real magic happens. That's where the real connection happens. When we let people see our true selves, when we let them see our flaws, our imperfections, our struggles, our fears. That's when we create real connections with other people. That's when we build real relationships. And those are the things that matter most in life, the relationships we have with other people. So if I could go back and tell my 20-year-old self anything, it would be this: let people in, let them see your true self, let them see your flaws, your imperfections. That's where the magic happens. That's where the real connection happens. The hardest part about getting older is watching the people you love get old. Seeing the people you love age can be painful. It's a constant reminder of your own mortality. It's a constant reminder that time is passing and you're getting older too. But it is also a reminder to cherish the time you have with the people you love while you can. It's a reminder to appreciate every moment, every memory you make together. Because one day they will be all you have left. The best advice I ever received was from my mom. She told me to always stay true to myself. She told me to never let anyone dull my sparkle. She told me to always be me, and I'm so grateful for that advice. It's helped me through some of the toughest times in my life. It's helped me stay true to myself, to stay authentic, to stay real. And that's the best advice I can give to anyone. Stay true to yourself. Never let anyone dull your sparkle. Always be you, because that's what makes you beautiful. That's what makes you unique. That's what makes you perfect. You are beautiful. You are unique. You are perfect. And don't forget it. She is enough. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this in the future.